I'm going to start recording. So there we go. My name is Maddie Valdivia, and many of you I have spoke to. Some of you I have not. Some of you are brand new. Some of you have toured. Some of you have yet to visit the campus. So, but along the way, I will be the person helping you through the admissions process, and I am the one who's available to answer any questions that you have. On the call with us here today is Miss Melanie Humanansky. I am going to open up the video so we can see Miss Melanie Humanansky. She is our head of school. We have Mrs. Angie Bailey. There in the blue shirt, wave, Miss Bailey. She is our Dean of Administration. So she, and also has a lot to do with our preschool and lower divisions. We have Miss Sarah Lockhart, who just joined us. Hello, Sarah. She's our school administrative assistant. And I can go ahead and tell you, if you have a question and you don't know who to ask, you ask her, and like 99% of the time, she's going to know what the answer is. She's been here for a long time. She graduated from our school. She bleeds maroon and gold as well. And then we also have Miss Antoinette Colby. She was on here. Let me see. I think she's still on here. I have my video down, but she was on earlier. Antoinette is our upper division coordinator, and she also teaches all of our upper division science classes. So she is very involved in everything high school. She's our senior representative, so she is the one who helps with graduation and baccalaureate and all the many things that our high schoolers get to enjoy. So let me go back here. Welcome to the virtual open house. Just a couple little housekeeping items, if this will let me go. Please keep your microphones muted during the course of the open house. Of course, if you have a question, you can always unmute and ask right then. The muting is just for the background noise and things like that to keep the noise down. So if you do want to enter your question in a chat, you can enter that. One of the other members of our admin team or Ms. Lockhart can answer your question. If not, we can always address it at the end. I will go through the chat at the end so we can, let me let these guys in. Oh, here comes Ms. Colby. There we go. So we will go through all of your questions at the end. I want to make sure that there's nothing open-ended for you. And then that is our plan. Quickly, should not take too long. I know a lot of you I've spoken with about the school and you've had a chance to ask questions. So I think this will go pretty quickly, but just here are some pictures of some really important people. We already know Melanie, myself, Miss Bailey, and Sarah. Miss Stenholm is trying to get onto the link, so I don't know if maybe somebody could send her, Melanie or Sarah, or Angie, if you want to send her the link. Miss Stenholm is our guidance counselor, and she is an amazing woman who has been here for a long time. She knows every South Tampa community. Oh, she's coming on. Here we go. And she's a good person to know, especially for our middle and high schoolers who are thinking about college planning. And Gliselle Cooper is our director of development. She is absolutely instrumental in helping our school with fundraising and those types of development efforts. So just a little bit of background about our school. Our school was founded in 1971. And if you do that math, you will quickly figure out that next year is our 50th anniversary. It is our golden anniversary. We are so excited to be celebrating 50 years here in South Tampa. Our school does have K2 all the way through 12th grade, separated out by divisions. Preschool, lower of course is kindergarten through 5th grade. Middle is 6th, 7th, and 8th, and upper is high school. We are a non-denominational Christian school. We are unashamedly Christian. We don't require our families to be Christian. I get that question a lot from families who are touring the school. But what we do ask is that all of the applicants are mission supportive. So look at our website, check out our mission, and decide if that is something that you can support. And if so, then we want you here. The kind of short synopsis of what we offer, academic excellence is something that I think we excel at. We also offer athletics, we have performing arts. We do all these really important things, and we do so in a small class size environment, which I think is very special. And I think that's all it says because my little bar won't move, so I can't see if it says anything below. We tick all the boxes.
Scholars, leaders, and faith warriors.
my favorite part. I can't believe that's our tagline. And I think it does the best job of describing who we are as a school. We are developing scholars, leaders, and faith warriors. Thank you, Ms. Humaniansky. So a little bit about our campus. We have 10 acres here in South Tampa. I mentioned this before, but I know we have a lot of people who are not in the Tampa area or are just beginning to explore moving in from out of state. Our neighborhood where we are is called South Tampa. We're just south of the downtown area, just south of the Hyde Park area. It's very convenient for a lot of people in Tampa. It's kind of centralized. The neighborhood where we are is very quiet. Our 10 acres is surrounded by houses. It's residential, it's quiet. It's kind of nestled here in the South Tampa community. And our 10 acres include our school campus where our buildings are, the parking lot, of course, the playgrounds. We have 3 playgrounds for our K2 through elementary school students, and we have an athletic field. We also have additional property behind that, which is called the Joy property. It's an estuary. It's beautiful. There's a pond back there. And it's just a wonderful place to have a school. Very, very quiet and nestled here. We do use a car line for arrival and dismissal this year. That's just something functional. People ask about that when they come for visits. How do you handle drop off and pickup? This year, we are doing car line only. We are still planning for next year. As we have learned this year, a lot can happen in a year. And so from now until the beginning of the next school year, a lot can happen. And we are planning on probably doing car line only next year, but we will make that decision along with many other decisions as we get closer to the beginning of the school year. The alternative to car line is parents parking and walking their students in, which many of our preschool and elementary parents love to do. Just unfortunately this year for health and safety reasons, we have stopped that part of our process. All of the campus visitors that come on campus, all of the vendors that we have, anybody who's coming in to check a student out, we're always going to ID them. The neat thing is that we have a little scanner at the front that actually sends the person's ID to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. I have worked at bigger schools that did not have that. So I think it's really special. It's really important for us as a school to know who is on our campus at any given time. And that particular device lets us do that. We also have all of our classrooms locked during the school day. That is just one more layer of protection that we can provide our students. Back in my day, we didn't think about that. You know, I know probably when we were all younger, everything was just, it was so easy and so open, and it's a little bit different now. So we want to make sure we're doing our part to keep everybody safe. Of course, we participate in fire drills and lockdown drills. The fire drills are monthly. The lockdown drills are not monthly. I believe Ms. Humaniansky or Ms. Bailey, I think we do 2 or 3 a year. Am I correct in that?
Yes, or quarterly. This year it's been a little bit less because of COVID.
Yeah, absolutely. It does involve hunkering down in a group. But that is definitely something we do and something that we're prepared for. We do also have security cameras throughout our campus that can be reviewed if there's anything that we need to go back and look at or are concerned about. These are kind of these housekeeping things, but as a parent, if you're planning for your child to go to school, you want to know them because you know that you're going to be either having to purchase things or pack things, and we want to make sure you have all of that information. All of our students, K2 through 12th grade, wear uniforms Monday through Friday. Preschool uniform is a little bit different. It's a lot easier. They just purchase a school uniform here in our office. It's a t-shirt, and then they can wear whatever navy bottoms they want. So it's a navy skirt, shorts, pants, sweatpants, whatever you'd like. And then the shoes have to be closed toe and closed heel. For kindergarten through 12th grade, we use Land's End School Outfitters for all of those uniforms, including outerwear. You can see in the pictures, the students are wearing the burgundy fleeces. That is the only outerwear that's allowed. You guys coming from the north, you're thinking, oh my gosh, what do they wear? Where are their jackets? They don't really need them very often. I think there might have been one day last year, maybe one day this year where our students were able to wear a thicker jacket because it got below 30 something. It got, you Northerners are probably laughing at us, but that's really, really cold. So that is all the information about the detailed uniform requirements is listed on our website. So you're welcome to take a peek at that. Land's End is a great company. Lunches, 2 options for you. You can always pack a lunch, or your child can pack his or her lunch. Or we have a catered lunch that's available for purchase through your online family portal. At the beginning of your enrollment, you get an online family portal account, which is where you'll log in to look at grades. It's where you can check out the menu. There are forms throughout the year that you'll complete there. That's also where you can manage all of your financial information. So it is the hub that you will want to get to know very early on in your experience at BCS. But one of the things that you can do is purchase the catered lunch. It is a good lunch. It is actually catered by our special events caterer. We asked her to come up with a menu because we weren't really happy with the school options that were out there. There are companies out there that can, cater lunches for schools, but we just weren't happy with the variety. And she was able to create a program for us, and it has been absolutely wonderful and quite cost effective for parents. So next down, there we go. School day. So as you're planning for arrival and pickup time, I'm not going to read through all of this. I'm going to let you take a peek. I will send this PowerPoint as a PDF when we're done, so you will have this information. But this lists the arrival and dismissal time for preschool, lower, middle, and upper division. You will notice that after school care is only offered for preschool, lower, and middle division. And this year, we have extended that arrival time for preschool and lower. It's actually 7:45 to 8:15 because, again, we're doing car line only. We wanted to give everybody enough time, but the normal arrival time is 8 to 8:15. Want to highlight our fine and performing arts programs that we have. These pictures are just of our upper division students, but all of our students attend music on a regular basis. In high school, it's an elective, so it depends if they have chosen that as an elective. But music is a class that they start in K-3. They go weekly until 8th grade. They also have an opportunity to do performing arts programs. We have typically in a regular year, we have 2 a year. One is for 3rd through 7th grade, and one is 8th through 12th grade. And those are big Broadway or Broadway junior productions that are, I would say they're very serious performing arts productions. We have our art department, our art teacher will help with props, and it's kind of a school-wide thing. We all pitch in, but it's always really, really impressive to see these students, some of them getting out of their comfort zone and getting out on a stage and maybe doing something they hadn't thought about doing before. We have done, for our little ones, we've done Frozen, Annie, Lion King, Mary Poppins,
Dr. Seuss.
Thank you. I knew Seussical. And then
Yes.
For our older ones, we have done Sister Act. That was the last one. We did Into the Woods, High School Musical, of course, and West Side Story.
West Side Story.
Yeah, her daughter was in that, so of course that was to your heart. And we were on track to do Shrek the musical last spring, but of course quarantine happened, so we did not do that. But we love the performing arts. We think that it gives students a really varied experience here. You'll also see the lower pictures, actually some of our high schoolers doing the chapel service. So those that are in the performing arts class will actually get a chance to perform and be encouraged to, if not required, to perform, because that is indeed how you get better at that skill. So we'll move on to athletics.
And Maddie, I'm going to interrupt just a minute because all of these individuals will have an opportunity to view our upcoming production from our 3rd through 7th graders. We are doing our musical in April, so you might want to mark your calendars. I think it's April 30th and May 1st, and we're excited, so you might want to take a peek and see what our 3rd through 7th grade performing arts students will be doing in the spring.
Absolutely. They'll be adorable, I'm sure. So we have competitive athletics here at Bayshore Christian School. Those start in 4th grade. 4th through 8th graders can participate in something called TB-CAL, which is the Tampa Bay Christian Athletic League. And it is a wonderful organization. They have the sports listed there: basketball, flag football, soccer, cross country, and volleyball. And it's a really great time for the younger students to start participating in competitive athletics and learning all of those things that come with athletics, the teamwork, the commitment, you know, sticking to your word and following through on things, learning how to win, learning how to lose. That's not a skill that many of us have. It takes some practice, but sportsmanship, those types of things, it's never too early to start developing those. So the TB Cal program really helps with that. Our 7th through 12th graders, now 7th and 8th graders, it really depends on their skill level, but that is done through the Florida High School Athletic Association, and we offer the sports listed there. For a school that is our size, I think we do an amazing job of providing opportunities for students that, and, you know, even if there's a student who wants to try a sport where they've never done it before and it's something new, they most likely will be able to try that sport. And I think that is one of the most special things that we do. And Coach Day is our athletic director, Dr. Day. He couldn't join us tonight, but he is a great person to touch base with on that. Technology, I get a lot of questions about technology. And I think if you had asked me a year ago how much I love technology, my answer might be a little bit different now. We've certainly all been immersed in it more than we ever thought we would have to be immersed in. So with preschool, our priority is not technology. They do not have devices in their classrooms. They're not on screen time. For them, it's important to develop social relationships, to work on their verbal skills, their conflict resolution skills, and many other important things, their letter recognition, their number recognition. They need to do those things with hands-on materials that they can manipulate and explore. That is how their brains are developing, and that is our commitment to our preschool families. In lower division, by the time a student gets to kindergarten, I guarantee you they've had some screen in their life at any given time. So it's not new to them at that point. But in kindergarten through 5th grade, we had class sets of iPads. Now they have been individually assigned to the students. They get a device in kindergarten through 12th grade. They get an iPad. We give it to them in August. They give it back in May. And it's a school issued device. So it comes with everything that they need to participate in school activities. It is only for school use. And of course, an iPad of a senior is going to have different materials than an iPad of a lower division student, but having everybody on one device is really helpful to us as we train our teachers and add new applications. Most of and Ms. Humanansky or Ms. Bailey, you can interrupt if I'm wrong, but the curriculum that we have, now again, a year ago, when we were back in January, we did not anticipate that we would have to go completely virtual, in a few weeks, but we did make that turnaround and we're able to provide our families with a virtual education for the remainder of last year. That was a huge learning curve for everybody. And I'm sure you all experienced the same things, a learning curve for the teachers, a learning curve for the parents, and definitely a learning curve for the students. But what happened was we found some really helpful devices. We found really helpful applications. All of our curriculum was made online so that it could be easily accessible. And that's how we have kept it. Now, do the students have books and workbooks? Yes, of course they do. But they do have everything on that device and are able to navigate and work on that device on a regular basis for kindergarten through 12th grade. Again, with the younger ones, kindergarten, 1st grade, they still need so much hands-on social, and all of our instruction is face-to-face. It's not just them sitting in front of a screen. I want to make that very clear. But we cannot deny that technology is all around us and our students need to have those skills to be successful in their next level of education. So moving on to digital electives for upper division. I know some of you have preschool, elementary students. You're not thinking about high school right now, but seems like so long away, but it'll be here soon. And it's important that we offer a great source of digital education here. Our students learn all the computer applications. They are learning to be proficient in the Adobe Creative Suite, which I think is a wonderful marketable skill for our students to have as they go into college and beyond. They learn coding, they're into a lot of different things, and that is certainly part of what we offer at Bayshore Christian. This is my little, come back here. My little summary of my favorite tagline, scholars, leaders, and faith warriors. As a scholar, you should know that our school is a college prep school. That is our goal. When our students graduate high school, they go into the college of their choice. we will do what we can to get your child to that point. The 6 honor societies that we offer, am I mistaken that it's 7? I thought maybe at the last time I wrote 6 and somebody told me it was 7, but let me know. The free on-campus dual enrollment that we offer is actually extremely unique for our upper division students. Not only can they do dual enrollment, which is being enrolled in high school and college courses at the same time, but it's on campus and it's free for parents. So that is, again, really unique, especially in our area. We offer 2 college courses each semester, so for a year. Generally, they start that when they're juniors, but we have had sophomores and freshmen who are taking HCC classes. It is college curriculum, so they need to be committed to that, but it's a wonderful tool basically to get them ahead of the game and to help them really be prepared for their time in college. Honors and AP courses, of course, we offer those as well. And Christina Stenholm, who was able to join us, is our guidance counselor. She is amazing, and I will go ahead and toot her horn for her. And I tell all of my tours this, is that I graduated from a school where I was one of 400. And if you went to any kind of a larger school, you've experienced something similar. I did not know my guidance counselor. I remember meeting with them once, and I feel like if I had had the kind of personal attention and personal college counseling that our guidance counselor, Ms. Stenholm, gives, I can only imagine what that would have done for me. So I'm thrilled that my boys are here and that all of our students will be receiving that same personal counseling and assistance. You have questions about, what you should go into and what should I study, and she can help you with that. We do also testing, of course, for our kindergarten through 8th graders. We do a yearly standardized test once a year, as opposed to 3 times a year, which our state does. But we used to do the Terra Nova test, but we're switching over to the Iowa Basic Battery. So we do that for kindergarten through 8th grade. Our older students can do the PSAT, they do the SAT and the ACT. We also administer the ASVAB, which is the military aptitude test. And we do one called the Strong Interest Inventory Test, which will give them some guidance in what skills they have and what career paths they might choose. So it's a very personalized approach. Leaders, the picture on the right here of Nathan and Adrian, they are doing what we used to do. We haven't done it this year because of COVID, but that's our buddy program. Our oldest students are partnered up with our younger students. And as long as they both remain enrolled, they keep the same buddy as they grow older. So Nathan this year is in 4th grade. So when he becomes a 5th grader, he's actually going to be a big buddy, and he will take on those responsibilities of being a big buddy to a 2-year-old in one of our in our preschool classes. So it gives all of our students an opportunity to practice leadership skills and to develop relationships, which is truly what education is all about. We do also offer middle school and high school student government opportunities, and we do offer practical life skills and leadership development in the classes that we offer in upper division and even in middle school this year. Faith Warriors, that's my favorite part. Faith Warriors, our mascot. We offer daily Bible instruction. Again, I mentioned earlier that we're a non-denominational Christian school. The students have daily Bible instruction just like they have reading and math and science and social studies. We believe it's just as important to what they are learning. They also go to chapel services on a weekly basis. We've been doing a little bit more Zoom chapel this year, which has been really interesting. Typically, they meet with their division all together, and we have been doing that. We've been doing it outside. We've been moving it around so they have plenty of space, but it's very important that our students get together, worship together, and learn together. We have a week that we call Set Week, which is usually the week before Thanksgiving break. It stands for Service, Enrichment, and Travel. Our upper division students that week get the opportunity to take a missions trip. Again, in a regular or normal year, that's what we would do. This year has been a little bit different. But the students that don't go on the missions trip, they will do service and enrichment and travel locally here in Tampa. We also have Week, Spiritual Emphasis Week or Spiritual Enrichment Week. I can never remember what it stands for, enrichment or emphasis, but that is usually at the end of January. And what that is a week dedicated to serving the Lord and to learning about spiritual things. We have chapel services every day that week. And it's just a wonderful time of prayer and community at our school. Upper Division Retreat is one of the most loved things that our upper division students will talk about. At the beginning of the school year, our entire upper division goes away for a day and a half, 2 days, and they have a retreat. And it is often one of the things that our graduates talk about. They say that that was one of the most memorable times at their school. So we can't wait to do that again. And then service hours. We are a Christian school. It's really important that our students, whether or not they are Christian, learn how to serve. That is an important part of being a community member and representing Jesus, which is really why we do it. And it's important to start that early on. So our middle school students are required to do 5 service hours per quarter. That gets them in the habit of it. That is part of their Bible grade. Goes up through high school, still part of their Bible grade. It's part of learning how to serve. And not only is it practical, not only is it meaningful, but it gets them set up to be part of the Florida Bright Future Scholarship. They require service hours. So that's a wonderful benefit to having them do the service hours as well. All right, I think, yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna get over here on the chat and see what I've been missing. Looks like Miss Humanansky. Oh, good. Okay, just checking. Oh, you were, okay, gotcha. Okay, thank you. So one of the things that I failed to mention, and you're right, that we have a media center. We do have a library. Our students go to the library starting in K2. So K2 through elementary school will visit on a regular basis. And of course, the other students can as well. Just it's usually between the teacher and the media center specialist. They'll schedule that time. They can check out books as young as K4. Those 4-year-olds think that is just the coolest thing they've ever done. We do have a tech lab. That is where all of our digital media classes are taught. And we have a beautiful, wonderful gymnasium. I need to put a picture of the gymnasium in my little presentation so you can see it. And then, yes, we are accredited by the Florida Council of Independent Schools. That is an accrediting body that goes through all of Florida and has very high standards. So some of you may have heard of SACS or Advanced Ed, and I actually think they changed their name now. It's a different accrediting body. Accreditation keeps you accountable to somebody other than yourself. So it's really important that we go through that review process and reflect on what we've done well and what we can do better. That's a very common thing now, even in employment. You know, you're reflecting on how you're doing, seeing how you can do things better. And accreditation does the same thing for a school. And we are up for our reaccreditation next year. So we'll be super busy getting that all together. Let's see, I think that's it. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to show you some cute pictures. Hold on. There you go. Look how cute these kids are. I feel like I have to end with, you know, look how cute they are. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm actually going to stop recording if I can figure out how to do that.